Whenever someone shows up with a new vehicle, inevitably one of the first questions they are going to face is, what's under the hood? Well, Kenworth just gave us a new vehicle, so we're going to dive in and figure out, yep, what's under the hood. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, it is Josh with Premier Truck Sales and Rental. Thanks again for tuning back in this week. As I mentioned, we're going to ask that question that everyone's always going to ask about any vehicle anywhere, what's under the hood? But before we do that, I want to kind of cover something about the hood. This thing, super easy to open. It's that simple. Let's check out that motor. So if you're looking for a PX7, well, you have come to the right place. This truck has the Paccar PX7 in it. It is the 220 horsepower, 520 foot-pound of torque version. Now, that 520 foot-pounds of torque comes in at 1,600 RPM. That low RPM means you don't need to wring this thing's neck in order to get power out of it. You can keep those revs low, which means you can keep your fuel consumption down too. Today's day and age, making sure you're getting that best fuel mileage you can is a huge part of things. Now, over on this side, we've got a 160 amp alternator because we've got a fair number of electronics to power and we want to make sure that you're never starved for electricity. When you come up to the top here, we've got the air cleaner set up. Now, one of the things that I love about this, a couple of simple clips, pull some of these off, and it's literally seconds to get the air cleaner out and changed. Air cleaners are such a key part of maintenance. The fact that you can change this one so easy is just a huge, huge plus for Kenworth. On top of that, it's got the pre-cleaner setup in the hood. Just well thought out from top to bottom. Speaking of well thought out, I'm going to come down over there. Let's talk about some of the items that are right in front of you there. Now, as I mentioned before, there is a lot to love in terms of how this is set up. And one of the things that you'll notice right off the bat, for your pre-trip, all your fluid levels and everything like that, once again, they're all on this side. I've got my trans dipstick there, I've got my windshield washer fluid, power steering fluid. This is our fuel filter, and it is a heated module in this. We've also got our coolant right up here. The tank is back against the wall there. All of our electronics are easy to access here and well packed in. The other thing that you will notice about this engine is, so because this is a bigger cab, it is very easy to access things. The engine only comes back to about here. So the engine really isn't under the cab at all. Kenworth has done a great job of sticking the engine back without sticking it under the cab and still keeping this total wheelbase to 153 inches at all. That to me is just a feat of engineering right there. As you look through all of these items, as I mentioned before, these are not light duty items that have been brought up. These are heavy duty items that are now in a light duty application. So for instance, you've got the air compressor there. That is an 18.7 CFM compressor. That is the same compressor that you will see on Class 8 trucks. It is the same compressor that you will find on the X15 Cummins or on the MX-13 Paccar engines. It is a super common compressor. So if you ever have an issue, it's not difficult to get it fixed. On top of that, like I said, everything is super accessible. This is just so easy to work on, and most of all, so easy for you to check. When you're doing your pre-trip, if you can see stuff, you're gonna know if there's an issue. On top of that, when I said this is heavy duty stuff, that is a 1,000 square inch cooling system. That is plenty to keep this truck cool even on a hot day like today. So where is all this power going? So this truck is using an Allison RDS 2500 transmission. This is the little brother to the transmission that we use in pretty much every single other truck that we have here. These Allison transmissions have proven their durability over the years. On top of that, the smooth acceleration that you get, the smooth power application that you get to help prevent you from being stuck. They're also really, really efficient and very easy to drive. The controls for this transmission, they're a push button inside that we cover on the interior video of this. So let's break this down as the application goes. You've got an engine that has been proven over the years and have had small evolutionary steps in reliability and durability. And then you throw it in a truck that's been completely redesigned in order to serve the needs of the driver and the company owner better. To me, that is the winning combination. So the engine power goes to the transmission, but what's next? Well, we're going to talk about that in the next video. So do me a favor, make sure you're subscribed, hit the notifications bell. That way it lets you know the next time we come out with a video. Give us a thumbs up if you like this, and I would love to hear from you. So do me a favor, put something in the comments below, especially if you've got a question. We'd love to hear from you and help you out in that way. As always, I will see you guys next week. Stay safe out there.